on the spectrum, the pension crisis affects more than 1 million Americans. Ohio Senators Rob Portman and Sherrod Brown come to the State House to host a congressional hearing as thousands rally for help. Union workers starting to feel the effects of the Supreme Court's ruling on union fees. Experts weigh in on what's next. And the New York Times' Bret Stephens talks about being a conservative voice who is also anti-Trump. All that and the roundtable today on the Spectrum.
From Studio B at NBC4 in Columbus, Ohio, this is NBC4's The Spectrum with Colleen Marshall.
From Utah to Alabama and points in between, retirees rally at the Ohio State House demanding actions to save their pensions. Welcome to The Spectrum. I'm Colleen Marshall. Desperate times for retired steel workers, coal miners, bakers, tobacco workers, and Teamsters, with numerous pension plans on the verge of collapse. Ohio's Democratic Party Senator Sherrod Brown says he has a plan to save pensions, and Ohio's Republican Senator Rob Portman is on board. They sponsored a rare field hearing in Ohio, bringing Congress members and rallying pensioners to the State House. They came from near and far with a united plea for help.
It's not just us, it's anybody that's out there working for a living. If the government can go and do something like this to us, what's going to stop them from doing it to them?
The pensions of more than 60,000 Ohioans and more than 1 million Americans at risk. The pension funds slowly collapsing, as they have been since the Wall Street crisis of 2008.
They never hesitated to pick up and take care of the banks when they bailed them out. Never hesitated to bail out the car industry. And now the people that really made America, and the Teamsters and everyone, that just the hardworking people, and we can make this happen. And we're not asking for a gift. This is basically a loan that gets them until this thing gets paid back.
West Virginia Senator Joe Manchin was one of the congressional members of the joint House-Senate Select Committee on Pensions, who came to Columbus for a field hearing. The committee is considering a bill sponsored by Ohio's Sherrod Brown that would head off the pension collapse.
Some people don't want a government program here, but the fact is that there's a government insurance policy for pensions. If we don't act, literally over 1 million pensioners are hurt immediately, directly. Then you've got hundreds, if not thousands, of businesses that are hurt. Then you have local economies that take a hit, and ultimately taxpayers nationally will pay hundreds of billions of dollars to back up the Pension Benefit Guaranty Corporation.
The Pension Committee heard from employers, retirees, even widows, who were all desperate for federal help.
I now sit here before you with sadness and desperation. I have planned to work until age 68, but with the uncertainty of the pension, I don't know if that will be possible. I'm not the only one. So many I have talked with are in similar situations. Several are now finding they are raising their grandchildren. Many are living paycheck to paycheck. People who have lost their jobs and had to start over after losing their savings. Some have had a major medical issue that has drained all their savings for retirement. They, like me, thought our pensions would be there for them.
Senator Brown is confident he can get partisan support for his bill to bolster the pension system in both houses. Central Ohio Congresswoman Joyce Beatty is one of the House members already on board, and she says retirees have to believe that help is on the way.
Many of them have spent 3, 4, and 5 decades of investing in a pension to now be told that there might not be any money, but we have a plan for it. Senator Brown's bill, it is not a bailout, it is a backstop with the interest from the bonds that are going to be sold so we can protect them. We want them to have comfort and security that we are fighting for them and that we're going to be able to help them fix it because it's their pension and they deserve it.